opener ever. I was gonna like,
Twilight.
I was gonna
Time for the
beatbox for you while you
Twilight Zone.
start talking. Since you're on the East Coast, I want to keep it like East Coast appeal. Since you live right across from New York City, you know what I mean? How's it going, Pat?
Hey man, it's going, man. Another week. I'm upright, so it's always a blessing.
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Hey, and you took my advice and put the flag behind you.
Yeah, I've been trying to get my space all done up.
Yeah, it looks
So
good.
what's new, man? We got a lot to talk about tonight. Let's do our former inductions. Hey, everybody! This year, Indigenous brother from another mother, Patrick Little Wolf Brooks, always hanging out with one of my closest friends, colleagues, and podcast creators. My man, Mr. Ron Bogart.
That's right. And remember, I'm your official bannock tester. If you guys are making bannock or whatever, fry bread too, same thing, you know. And elk stew, some elk stew.
Elks. I haven't had a good elk stew in a long time, man.
Man, you just get to some of those powwows. You know, it doesn't matter. Be some random powwow in Montana or Utah or Cali or whatever. Somebody come over and eat with us, bro. Like, oh,
Dude,
all right.
that's the best feeling, especially as a dancer. If you go to a powwow that's outside of your nation and somebody looks at you and they go, "Hey man, you hungry?" and they bring you and feed you at their house, man, you just it's a whole nother high. You know, being at somebody and they cooking their traditional meals for you and you're able to eat with them. It's a whole different traditional high right there that you're able to be able to benefit from that.
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Like, I was just thinking about diet and because I was bragging about my 11,000 plus steps today. Like, I'm just starting, but I was watching those videos last night, dude, of the fat to fit. You know what I mean? And this one young kid, he was probably, early 30s, I guess, but he was calling himself the fatness guru or something like that. And now not the guru, is another title. Anyway, he went from like 262 pounds down to 198 pounds in like 3 months. I mean, some people say, well, that's dangerous. I don't necessarily think so. Like, bro, every time I get out there, even if I'm aching the next day from getting out there and getting my groove on, putting in those steps like that or doing sit-ups and push-ups and all my stretches, I feel great, even though my body will hurt. And then if I tell myself, you know what, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to do it again. I mean, I don't know what your experience. I seen you working out in the gym, though, like call you on the phone or whatever, and there you are, dripping sweat head to toe.
Dude, I'm very much a Cancer. Like my sign is Cancer. I was born the 4th of July.
And you're 2 days after my mom, dude.
You know, and I have sympathy pains. So when my wife was pregnant, she barely gained anything, dude. I gained all of it. Like I was gaining like
really.
I had everything that a woman's supposed to have during her pregnancy, besides all the obvious stuff. I had the hunger. I had the morning sickness. I had the hunger pains. I had mood swings. It was crazy. And now I'm in a position where I'm starting to work off that baby weight a little bit at a time,
Man, and here's the thing. Like, I have all this food in my house it's comfort food for me. I love eating, but I actually waited until, what is it? It's just a 5:15 here on the West Coast, 8:15 over there, right? But man, I need that comfort food. I need my biscuits and gravy and bacon and my ham and my sausage and a big ass pile of potatoes. Like a breakfast addict, bro. And it sucks because I'm trying to get away from that.
My issue is,
and are you there? We're waiting. I think I'm going to make sure and check because Pat, he should still be right there. It might be an internet connection. We will take a look here in just a second. Hopefully we've got this going on here.
All right.
Oh, there you are. There you are.
Don't want to cause that, but I go through these phases where I gotta get a hair across my ass. I want cereal. I'll eat cereal, breakfast, lunch, and dinner for like 4 or 5 days and go through like 3 gallons of milk. And I'm lactose intolerant. and then I won't pick up another bowl of cereal for like 8 months. And I go
Right.
through all my foods like that. I'll go through a steak thing, and it drive my wife crazy. I'll eat steak every day. I'll go buy steak every day, and that's what I'll eat. And then I won't eat steak again for another 4 or 5 months. I just go through these binges.
Do you like almond milk or oat milk?
Oh, I like almond milk and oat milk as long as I can't do the sweet stuff. Can't do the non-sweet stuff.
I get it. No, and I'm okay with either or, but I'm gonna dump some brown sugar on top of my cereal. It's been a couple months since I had a good bowl of cereal. I'm not gonna lie. I
Oh
think
yeah,
that's a native staple, bro.
so this channel, we really don't deal with a lot of politics, but we do have a little politics to talk about today. As we know, Miss Christie known the Barbie. Oh, okay, I gotta watch my language. Um,
No, sir.
trying to say this as nicely as I can.
She got fired,
It-
but she's keeping on a special envoy, bro.
well, you know who they hired in her place?
What's his name? Mark Wine. His name's Mark
Mr.
Wine from
Mullins.
Oklahoma.
Yep, he's on the chair. He's a Cherokee boy, Salagi through and through, from what he says. And he's part of the Cherokee Nation out there in Oklahoma, and he's in charge of ICE now. If you've ever looked at his record, he doesn't really act, talk, or speak, or live as Indigenous people do.
Oh yeah, no, not at all.
Obviously, because I don't know a real Indigenous person that want that job. Oh, give me the job. Let me tell you what. Everybody going on vacation.
Yeah, there's gonna be some European vacations in mass.
Yes, yeah. I'm gonna be deporting people. It ain't the people they want me to deport, though. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's time to rebuild the Mayflower.
Dude, did you?
That's what I'd be like. It's time to rebuild the Mayflower.
Here's me and Mark Wayne. Ooh, what's up, man, boy? You want to go?
Dude, it's
Not that
just,
I want to promote violence. Not that much,
you know,
anyway.
you know.
Did you hear
but
this shit about
this
Candace
is
Owens?
say him,
Did you hear the shit about Candace Owens? Like what she claimed on old Netanyahu?
dude. I'm trying not to get too deep because I do politics on another platform. I do politics, and I'm trying not to get too deep into the politics because this is about Native issues, which it does affect us, of course. I want to stick to Native things, but it's a house of cards that are falling.
That's
They're
well,
falling
that's
little by
that's the
little.
point that I'm getting to. It's just all of it is imploding on them as much as they are still trying to posture as being strong. This is what I want to say to all of the red and brown people on Turtle Island. We don't have anything to be afraid of. Truly, they want us to be afraid, but that's just it. Putting a so-called native in this job as Homeland Security Director, like,
I
bro.
just find that how ironic
Mm-hmm.
they put. No, I am not a pretendian hunter. You know, I've never. That's not my thing. As long as someone's not benefiting from Indigenous, if they're not out here taking jobs or doing things like that, I could personally care less. You know,
Right.
I was in the military, man. You know how many people I walk up to and lie to me to my face about their military service? You know, it is what it is.
What's the title of that again? Claim it's like something claiming your or there's a name for that when
Oh,
you're
you're talking. Oh, yeah, you're talking about the legal of. God, now you made me.
stealing honor or something like that. Or I know you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, but it's basically somebody claiming service that they never served.
Yeah,
Uh,
false valor. That's what it is.
oh yes, lost valor. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I've been to the VA where I've had dudes walk up to me and give me the biggest bullshit I've ever. Now here's a trick for all you guys. If you want to find out if someone actually was what they say they was,
Hmm.
ask them what color the DD-214 is.
Right.
And
Well, they'll give it away.
if they say any color but white, they're full of shit.
Yeah.
Because DD-214s don't come in color. They're just regular pieces with our information on them. I walked in, dude, he was telling me he was special forces and that he had done all these services. I was like, dude, you must be awesome. He goes, yeah. I said, so you have one of those red DD-214s with a black rider on. He goes, yeah, man. I was like, really? He goes, yeah. I said, well, I didn't know they made red DD-214s.
Yeah. Well, just be prepared. If you're going to fake the funk, better know better know what you're talking about. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, it's I find it hilarious. And now we're dealing with this everything that's been going on within the
Yeah.
community. I've been watching from afar, and even something happened to me just recently. We had gotten a regalia through a raffle, a
Yeah.
girl's outfit. It wasn't. Let's just say it was way less than we bargained for. You
Dude,
know,
what did you say? You only put up a little bit of money, but still like that feeling of
so
it's like almost being robbed, bro.
we seen these pictures of this little girl's regalia. I got excited about buying it for my daughter. We entered the raffle. Now,
Yeah.
mind you, it was only $25. Out of my pocket, I only lost $25.
Right.
But when we got it, the regalia was in such poor condition, it wasn't even salvageable. And when this outfit was on sale, when she was raffling it, she was selling 100 tickets for $25. That means she sold all 100 tickets as well. She made $2,500 off of this outfit that I wouldn't have paid $60 for.
Yeah.
So I got burnt. I'm not here to complain. I got burnt, and and any crafter will tell you, I've never met a crafter that hasn't been burnt once or twice, or someone that buys crafts. I've never heard someone that has never been burnt. I got burnt, and it taught me a very important lesson, unfortunately, that if I don't know you personally and know your work, and if I don't have it in my hand to expect myself, I'll never buy again.
And
what sucks
that's,
is I put so much money back in my community, man. I can make most of the stuff I buy.
dude, them feathers you were showing me yesterday, homeboy. What was this, Ross? Tell me Ross's last name
Ross
again.
Sutton, bro. Ross Sutton.
Yeah,
So
Mr. I'm not on Facebook no more. I'm sorry, Ross. Get back on Facebook so Uncle can peruse the page.
Yeah. So Ross Sutton was over at Superior Regalia, and my other brother, they do imitation feathers. They do dyed feathers, and they do them for people like me that travel overseas, and I don't want to fly with my eagle feathers. So they'll do full custom fans, they'll do full custom muzzles, and they're the best imitation feathers in the business. And it's also good for my kids. And they're learning how to work with feathers, and I don't want to give them real feathers. I can get these feathers, and they're trained. I call them trainers, but they're the best feathers on the market when it comes to imitations. I mean, very few people can tell them apart.
Oh my God! They look like hawk feathers, but they weren't. There's another bird out there.
You're talking about
birds out there.
You're talking about the custom blue macaws he makes.
Yes, those ones. They look like red tail hawk feathers.
Cockatoos. Sorry, cockatoos. They're cockatoos. They're custom blue cockatoos.
Cockatoodle too. Hey, did you hear about the Think Indigenous conference going on up there in Regina, Saskatchewan at all?
No. Give me some information.
So they got it. Well, it's a 3-day conference up there, and it's elders and dignitaries and educators and things. There's a really valid theme going on this year, and it's do you truly want to be connected to your ancestry and your future? Learn your language, know your history, learn your language. The way that we can truly pray and connect like that. I just thought it was cool to bring up because I really am. I'm after learning my language. This is the year that I truly learn Anishinaabe, Makwe, and Nehiawak, and my Tatutan Deity is what it's called. But I know that language is. They say it's disappearing, but I don't know. I feel like there's a resurgence coming here really soon. What do you think, Pat?
You know what? I truly believe in our identity is truly in our language. And I think, and I had a conversation with somebody just recently about this subject, about how they're like, oh, well, it's hard to learn the language. I said, that's the point. That's why they wouldn't allow us to speak it. Here's the difference between English and indigenous languages, or any language outside of English. Most languages, traditional languages, have more meanings and understandings about what they're talking about. Something English kind of like is a shortcut, right? But it's sort of like if you go up north, like they have like 7, 8 different meanings for snow. Wet snow, dry snow, blowing snow, slushy snow, icy snow. There's like a word for every one of them to describe. In English, it's snowing. It's snowing hard. So having those descriptions or having those things that be able to translate within our culture. I mean, our history, the way I was raised, our history lies within our language. That's why the settlers wanted to get rid of that was one of the first things they attacked when they started building the Indian schools were your language. You can't speak that language because they knew the connection you have through your ancestry and through your past through that language. I mean, think about it. I've read stories about natives that graduated outside of these Indian schools and they'd go back to their people, and their people kind of like disowned them because they lost their language, and they were not of them because they couldn't communicate with each other anymore. So a lot of these people that were stolen from their people and forced not to use their language. They really suffered in so many ways of losing that connection with their own people and their own homelands.
Right. And that's the part about it is restoration of identity, internal identity, external identity. We always talk about the period correct regalias, that powwow idea that you had, which I think is a wonderful idea. As a matter of fact, Charles Belisle, he's a wicked awesome men's traditional dancer. But
you're talking about Charles Belisle.
Yes, thank you.
That's
you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
That's
my buddy, right? That's my buddy. Him and his wife are amazing people at that as well. I've known Charles for years. Definitely looked up to him for a long time. He was, but I love the direction he's going as he's getting older. He's picking up more of the woodland style, the Haudenosaunee style of out there and jamming out. And the dude, he's at least, I think Charles is now about 10 years older than I am, and he can dance me into the ground. I mean, right now I wouldn't dance. I wouldn't dance against him, bro. I would go ahead and go, you know what? I'll dance with you, but dance together. Dude, he's got it in a sit spot here. Have you ever watched Charles dance with that rifle, with that old red coat? See him get her in jam, bro. He moves like
Kakawista House Powwow 2019, bro. Up there in Kakawista House, southern Saskatchewan. That powwow arbor is dope. Okay, if you guys haven't been to Kakawista House Powwow, B&B Indigenous Podcast fans and listeners, want to encourage you guys to take a Canada tour, bro. And Pat, I'm trying to get Pat and his family up there. Stay gone for 3 months.
Listen, when the weather gets better, I don't do cold no more. My body doesn't function in cold. I would love to go back up to Canada and dance and travel. I wait for the weather to get nicer for me to do that.
Don't you have a live-in massage therapist there now? I mean,
no.
Aches and pains. Oh, here, I got you, babe.
I'm the masseuse in the house.
Oh, okay.
My wife would tell you, my wife would drop everything for a good foot massage.
Really? Yeah. It's all about the essential oils. Okay. If you're looking for gift ideas for your lady, you know what I'm saying? Get them essential oils, the massage oil. You know what I mean?
Don't listen to Ron. Beadwork never fails. Understand?
Well, hey, we're talking about beadwork now. Here's my ADHD kicking into overdrive this afternoon. Who raised beadwork, bro? Legit.
Oh man, my lady's been doing raised beadwork, and she's doing so good. I when Ashley and I got together, she knew how to bead a little bit. She knew the basics. I sat her down and taught her how to bead, the raised beadwork, I can't take no credit for, man. She's self-taught. She really amazing what she's doing. She makes me so proud because I'm like, now I got somebody to do my beadwork now.
Right. Hey, and I'm saying out there, you know what I mean? I am a good cook. I'll do whatever I can to get some beadwork for myself. Whatever I need to do.
Here's a set of here's one of her earrings she's doing for my niece for her birthday. It's raised beadwork here. And in the middle is a custom burnt piece from Tuscarora Woodworks, representing the three sisters. And yeah, man. Listen, I'm one of those guys. I believe in celebrating my spouse. And I'm so proud of her, man. She does her thing.
So the three sisters, we've got, our late grandmothers from the Longhouse. That was They were known as the Three Sisters. It was actually like 5 or 6 sisters back in the day, but they remained for a long time.
Well,
I'm curious to know what.
the terminology of the three sisters came from the Haudenosaunee people.
Uh-huh.
All right. So the three sisters are the reason they're called the three sisters are corn, squash, and beans. We used to grow those three together. They help each other. So you have the corn that grows tall, right?
Yeah.
And then you have the beans that will grow up that stalk.
Yeah.
And right. And then you have ground covering. So the ground cover will be your squash. Those big leaves would help when it rained, keep the soil in place. Right. So if soil gets splashed up on corn, it can rot the corn. So that's what they did. So these three sisters, they work together harmoniously. And we've been planting that way forever. And in the Haudenosaunee people, three sisters is something that we still practice to this day.
Sure. Well, it's good to see we've got quite a few viewers coming in, checking in, man. I really want to know how people are doing. We've got the comments section open for you guys. We are broadcasting on youtube.com right now. If, depending upon where you're at and what kind of signal you got. Hey, I mean, most people got 5G, especially if you're close to the city. We want to know how you guys are doing. What's going on in your neighborhood? Did you guys get any per capita checks that we should know about, or you know what I'm saying? If you guys are mailing me any fresh eggs from the farm, we're curious about that. Who's working on ribbon skirts and ribbon shirts? Because hey, come the end of March, I'm gonna be investing a little bit more money into my regalia, as I usually do when I have a little bit of lump sums. You got to do the bill routine, pay all the bills, and then take care of the other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I'm taking it slow right now because I'm going to be coming out big time back into the powwow for 5 more years after my birthday this year. So right now I'm just trying to get my health going, and then I'm going to come out to dance for 5 more years as a real powwow goer and really hit everyone we can in the next 5 years. And then I'm going to be hanging up the moccasins and just focus on teaching my kids and, leading the way the best way I can.
Hey, that's all you can do, bro. I mean, I said if I died on the dance floor, you hear me, everybody out there. If I die on the dance floor, don't bother me. Just keep on going. Hey, just push them aside there.
I think everybody gets in a position like me that gets disillusioned with powwow for a while. And that's where I'm at in my life. I'm like, I'm ready to go ahead, and I've danced most of my life. I've traveled all over the place, and powwow is not what it used to be for me. And it touches everybody differently. And that's not wrong. It's not bad. I'm going to get people to criticize me and go, powwow. No, for me, powwow is not what it was. The protection we used to have at powwow isn't there like it used to be. I have daughters now. I'm always, especially in the environment that we're in, not only am I worried about possibly my daughters being snatched, I'm worried about my daughters dealing with pedophiles. I'm worried about all this big mess of things. I've become more of a protected dad than ever now because of the way the world's gotten. And I posted things on our here and on my own personal Facebook about ideas I had, and the blowback from those ideas kind of blew me away. I said we should have a sex registry for sex offenders at every powwow. Every native person, every sex offender. I think a woman should be able to go to a powwow feeling safe and secure. And the blowback I got from it was amazing because they're like, "Oh no, you ruined people's lives." Listen, my kid's safety is more important than anything else. Everybody's kid safety is more important than anything, just not mine. So the blowback I got was actually quite surprising. I didn't think I was going to get that kind of response. And then the second thing was I said it's time for official powwow judges. So this is right. This is what I think we need, because every year when powwow goes through, we get the same complaints. What are the same complaints? Judges that are related to the dancers, MCs that are related to the dancers, judges that don't know how to judge. And I was like, this can easily be solved. How about we just make an international powwow rule book, and then we train judges that are paid by these individual powwows to come And that's all they do. All they do is judge. They're not on the drum. They're not doing any other judge. Their whole job, whether they're, is judging. And
They're not cousins.
And how you do that is if a powwow is in a certain state, you can't pick judges from that state.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Now, is it going to fix everything? No. Have you ever seen the NFL? They've been having this forever with the NFL, and they still screw up. But it's a step in the right direction, helping out these competition dancers. It was one thing back in the day when your competition winning was like $150 first place.
Sure.
Now we're talking about $2,000, $5,000, $15,000. That's a lot of money not to have official trained judges to be doing it.
Did you dance at Skimitzen?
Not this year. I did not.
So you have been there. Well, I'm saying old school Skimitzen, Foxwoods Resort, not the Harbor.
I went to Skimitzen in the heyday. When Skimitzen was Skimitzen, and people out there that know Skimitzen knows what I'm talking about.
Everybody.
Now I'm not talking trash about Skimitzen now. I know it sounds like it. They're coming back, building back up. More and more people are going. It's starting to get better. But I went to Skimitzen in its heyday, and if this powwow ever gets back to where it used to be, I'm telling you, it was an amazing powwow.
Well, it was $1 million powwow in early 2000s. You know what I mean? That was just the giveaway money that was going out. Southern traditional, Southern contemporary, Northern traditional, Northern contemporary. You know what I mean? And then what is it? The best in class or whatever that was. There was like the world renowned. I know Red Bull hit that 2 years in a row. Stony Park hit it like 2 years in a row.
Yep.
Black Lodge. I remember Black Lodge took it down a couple times. The boys took it down. Midnight Express and Bear Creek.
See,
I didn't mention that.
It gives me chills. Just talking about these drums give me chills. I mean, you know what? I'm an energy, person. If I get in a circle and I got good song and I got hard dancers that are like rocking out, I draw off that energy, man. I've seen times where I danced on a fractured foot, the whole song, but it was so good. I felt the energy around me that I was like jam right through it, and not an issue.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm an energy guy too. Like when I'm on the floor, bro, there's a difference between a song that's Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking everybody, okay? I'm not knocking everybody. If you're enjoying yourself, enjoy yourself. But like, there's that.
We call them.
You know what I mean?
I'm trying. You're trying to bring it out of me, Ron, and I'm trying to be respectful here, and I'm trying to like, you know what? I got so much to say that some of that stuff shouldn't be said live. I hear you, man. There's something to say about a good drum, man.
Okay, well, I want to first of all say that like I've been going to powwows my whole life, and I don't mean anybody on the powwow circuit any disrespect. I'm talking about people that have pretended for so long, especially in our community over here. There's people here that we know that they're not indigenous, but they still keep showing up. And I'm not the type of person that just wants to chase somebody away. But when you're taken away from something, you're taken away from my identity is what you're doing. You're coming and you're taking parts of mine. I've always said, why is it that you have such a hard time finding your own drum or your own identity? And I'm not making fun of anybody for singing or even how they sing more than anything. I'm teasing and poking fun at the fact that people out there are pretending to be something that they're not. And I have a really hard time with that. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying.
Well, I'm with you to a certain point that it's like we've had pretendians forever. We've had people that have gotten close to Native families and wanted to be a part of it, and those families allowed it. We have a lot of that going on. We have a lot of that over the last 50 years. We used to have, in my family, we had a dude that used to dance and carry on, and he had no Native blood, but since he was so close to the family didn't have a problem with it because they felt like he was like kindred spirit to us. My problem comes in is when you're taking opportunities from indigenous people. That's where my problems come in. You can claim whatever you want. I claim I'm 7 foot tall all the time. until I try to reach for cereal off the top shelf. I claim it all the time. Doesn't make it true, but I still claim it. But I'm not hurting nobody claiming it. Me claiming I'm
That's right.
7 foot tall ain't hurting nobody. I'm not stealing people's
I'm half
jobs.
black lab and half German Shepherd. I'm just
So and there's also a lot of names out there that have been lied to. There's people that's been lied to. I had a buddy of mine. He stopped dancing. He just, his grandmother said he was Native. His mother said he was Native. They lived in a Native community. My buddy just happened. He goes, "Hey, just for I just want to see how much Native we were." He got a DNA test. Found out he had nothing, and I mean nothing. He was from the mountains of Caucasus. He was like Russian, German, Polish. There was no North American indigenous whatsoever. And he said, "I feel so cheated." And this is why it's so important. We got to stop lying to our kids. We really do.
Yeah.
And it's a sad place that we're in. But as long as you're not taking advantages from Native people, if you're not taking, I could care less what you claim. I really can't. You can claim whatever you want to, as long as you're not taking. And like, I'm an educator. I teach, right? Yeah. I teach a lot of Native history and culture. So if you are non-Indigenous and you are stepping in the role to teach Indigenous stuff when I'm available, that's where my issue comes in. And I've had that happen before, where schools, I gave a price to a school for my dancers to come out to perform and me to teach. And they're like, "Oh, well, we can't afford this." And then it finds out they found this, this hippy dippy person, and they were claiming a tribe that no longer exists or never existed. And they're teaching, and you're sitting back like, hold up, they're teaching. And not only are they teaching wrong, because you hurt our cause when he was talking, the things he was talking about just made no sense. He didn't know what he's talking about. And that's where the issue comes in. I mean, I worked my butt off to get the knowledge I get. I've sat with elders. I've sat with my elders. I've got this knowledge. I have been to college. I have learned this stuff. So when you get it and you got somebody that doesn't want to talk about it, and they're getting money to tell stuff that they didn't raise in. I know people writing books. They never grew up Indigenous ever. Didn't learn they were Indigenous till like 40 years old, and writing full books, making money off of what it's like to grow up Indigenous.
Yeah, it's the same thing as Buffy St. Marie. She was adopted by the Payapat Nation, like certain families from that tribe. So if she's adopted, honestly, she's adopted. She may not be Indigenous by DNA, but and then that was another thing I was saying too, that you brought a good point up. There are plenty of people in our Indigenous community that are not Indigenous by blood, but were raised that way. Yeah. I was talking about that. As a matter of fact, my brother Brian was saying something about how it's different for Comanches. Comanches will adopt non-Indigenous children and raise them Indigenous.
A lot of tribes did that, but we're in a time in 2026 that a lot of the traditional things that we believed in, they don't believe is valuable anymore. You know what I mean? I was talking about continuously being matrilineal and showing that respect and love to our women the way it's supposed to be. And now I'm getting some Haudenosaunee men with pushback. Well, as long as they know their place. Well, that is their place. Their place is the leadership, because we've really colonized our minds so much, because that's what we've adopted, that these are the ways, and they were changing so many traditions that even only 44, and I've seen a mass amount of traditions being modified. Yeah. Massive amount. And I'm pretty sure those traditions were modified before I had them in some way in the past. But it comes to a point where, there's a couple of traditions you can't modify. And family was one of those. Family was one of those who you accepted as your family. Even my grandpa, who raised me, that blood does not make you family. It makes you related. The family you have is the one you build.
Yeah.
So,
well, I mean, looking online, and this is a Google search right here, and I'm only going to pull out key terms from it. Pretendians, a portmanteau of pretend and Indian, are non-Indigenous individuals who falsely claim Indigenous ancestry or identify for personal or identity for personal, professional, or social gains. Now, I think this is the key aspect right here, the impact on communities. This behavior is considered a form of cultural appropriation and a continuation of colonialism where non-Indigenous people exploit their identity for gain, further traumatizing our Indigenous people. I totally agree with that. You
I
said looked
mean,
like you just had a good
we're
comment.
too busy. We'll screw each other over. I mean, the Native community I knew as a young man and the Native community I
Yeah,
know now is much different. It's much different. You used to be able to be corrected and never open your mouth by somebody else. If an elder walked up to you and corrected you, you wouldn't open your mouth. If an elder corrected your child, you wouldn't open your mouth.
that's
I've
right.
seen elders grabbed. Here's just one little story. We were at a powwow, fancy dance competition going on. There's like 35 fancy dancers just jamming out. Little boy, 6 years old, goes to run through the circle. And his elder reached out and grabbed him by the arm and pulled him back. His mother, you should have seen, I had to step in between them because the mother was blasting this elder. I'm talking, don't you ever put your MF hands on my son again. He can, and I'm like, never seen that in my day. I have never
Yeah,
seen that because we've come to this point where we don't trust each other. We don't
yeah.
we don't live by native ways of understanding. And people want to know why elders stop teaching now. They don't want
Well,
to teach anymore because no one wants to listen, you know.
and not only that, but no one wants to be caught up in a conflict that's unnecessary either, just because people don't have the wherewithal to be considerate of other people's teachings at all. I mean,
We're
why
not.
why even have elders if that's how it's going to be? You know what I
It's true.
mean?
I mean, we don't even respect each other's tribes. I mean, I know people dancing styles from other tribes that were sacred styles, and they never asked for permission or understood the purpose behind the dance they're dancing. They just pick it up. I've seen people steal family beadwork created by family and never ask permission to wear that beadwork. I've
Ever.
seen people try to take a ceremony that's from another tribe that has nothing to do. Here on the East Coast, the dude looked at me and said, "Hey, dude, I'm going to get a piece of land. I'm going to do Sundance." I said, "Why are you doing Sundance?" He goes, "Well, because it's, I feel close to it." I said, "But that ain't your people, man. You're from the East Coast." "Yeah, but I feel a connection to it." Then go out there. If
Yeah.
you go out there to that tribe and go, you tell them you want to Sundance with them. See the knowledge they give you. I've been to one Sundance and I went as a support.
Mm-hmm.
I went out because I was asked to come out to support. I helped with the food. I helped with the other stuff. Anything those women asked me to do, I was at their beck and call. Was I at that circle? No, it's not my place. It's called respect for that nation. And we have really come to a point where we're like, don't care no more. It looks cool. It sounds cool. I'm going to dance it because it looks cool. I'm going to dance because it sounds cool. I mean, I've seen things that back in the day, only veterans wore. I've seen things that only veterans wore, and you knew a veteran from what he wore.
Mm-hmm.
Now, everybody. I've seen guys when it used to be, I remember when people started wearing the gun shells. The veterans came up with that.
Yeah.
You wore your gun shells. Now I know like 60, 70 people ain't never seen combat, never joined the military at any day in their life, never even protested for their own people, wearing full metal jackets in the chest across the back. I was like, the whole idea of your outfit, it's the way I was raised. Now, I'm going to say this right now. I do not speak for every tribe. This is the way I was raised.
Right.
Your outfit that you're wearing is supposed to identify who you are. That's what I was taught. And if somebody walks up to you and asks you what nation you are and why are you wearing it, you're not supposed to get offended. You're supposed to have a story behind it. I've been approached of dancing Northern Traditional. Somebody said, "Aren't you holding a show near Tuscarora?" "Yeah, I'm Scouted." "Then why are you dancing a men's Northern Traditional? It's out west." I said, "It was gifted to me. And this is who gifted to me. This is the family that gifted to me. This is what I went through for them to gift it to me. And this is who taught it to me." I got receipts. I got receipts on why I dance that style. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
because I don't want to disrespect that people. But respecting each other isn't what we do anymore. Now we just do what makes us feel good. I hate that phrase, my truth. There is no your truth and my truth. There's only the truth. And that's what it is. I'm going to speak my truth. What, you mean lies? You know, it's the truth, not your truth. And just because because we've come into this thing of self-identifying, of this is what, I'm going to do because this is who I am. And you don't have no right for it. You don't have any right. You know what I mean? And I'm going to, I'll get on my soapbox. And I'm not trying to be whole. And I'm not trying to be, I'm not trying to be a holier than thou. I've made my own mistakes, but I've learned from them and I've paid for them. And I'm just trying to be an example for my kids, because my daughters, I have two beautiful daughters that want to jingle dress so bad, but they're not allowed to. And they're like, oh, Dad, but I see other little girls dance jingle, but that's their families. You won't do it. And I had to sit them down like, listen, there is an understanding behind the jingle dress and a people behind that jingle dress. You need to learn first. And it's going to take you a few years. When it's that time and someone from that tribe, from the Ojibwe Nation, comes over and goes, I think your daughter is special. I would like to gift her this style in the old way. I can't say nothing. That's a woman to a woman. All I can do is go. But until they learn that and understand it, I'm not going to let my 6-year-old go out there and dance a dance that she does. That's like letting a 4-year-old preach and that's like letting a 6-year-old preach a sermon at church. That child don't understand what they're saying. They don't understand what they're doing.
They feel the love of God.
They're just imitating what they see. So for me, I won't do it for my kids. Now, if you do it for your kids, hey, that's fine. I do not judge you. Whatever you decide to do with your family, more power to you. But that's just the way I believe.
Yeah. Well, and you're right. It is a medicine dress, and I am Ojibwe, so I will take that to the bank. You know what I mean? Sorry, one of my I want to send a quick special prayer and shout out to my family. One of my aunties made her journey today, so
I'm sorry to hear that, man.
To my Bellegarde family and let them know that they're in my prayers right now. And I know that everybody out there is going through hard times and that have lost their relatives and loved ones. You know what I mean? Like me and my prayers, like they're sincere, but I just want my family to know that we're thinking of you today here. And if you need somebody to come and sing, I'm going to be there in an instant. You know what I'm saying? I just wanted to put that out like that. And I want to kind of shift gears now away from that too, like from what we were just talking about, because there's something I think that we talk about periodically on here, and that's the missing and murdered Indigenous women.
Absolutely.
Pandemic. It's a pandemic. Now, I've just pulled up an article from the Utah News Dispatch. Utah may take the first step of many to better investigate missing and murdered Indigenous people. The bill's sponsor says Indigenous people who experience disproportionately more violent crime are also more likely to have their investigation mishandled. Big thing. I mean, but here's where I kind of go full steam, get pissed off, and fall off the tracks. Why is it that we need a bill to better investigate capital crimes, bro? Yes, thank you. And to me, that's like, I don't know. I'm gonna continue. Every single day. How many times a day on your Facebook page, B&B guests? How many times a day are you seeing a brown or red Indigenous relative? Whether they're Chicano or what, Latinx, whatever you want to say, however you want to identify, gone missing, and all the other kids and people that have gotten kidnapped and woo, woo. Was that the thunder? It is. I can hear that in my headphones, bro.
Jesus. I might have pooped a little.
Hey, the Wakion are blessing the land of Front Royal Virginia right now in a good way.
the Thunder Beans are out here playing lacrosse.
Yeah. Well, what's your take, Pat? I mean,
Hold on, I got to get my nerves back around me. That made the whole
I see
house
you.
shake. And I don't do well with thunder. My PTSD does not do well with thunder. I actually responded to that really well.
Good.
So
well, I love the thunder and lightning. I don't know. I mean, I don't have the same experiences on the front lines that you do like that, but I can tell you what.
thunder and lightning messes me up. I think it's what we're needed, but I'm good with it as long as I'm aware of it.
Yeah.
It's like right there, it was a surprise. I didn't expect it because it's been quiet all night. We haven't had no rain all day. It's been
okay, it was 62 today.
Oh, I love my wife. My wife came downstairs to check on me. She knows how I am.
Oh, did she?
I'm good for you.
Yeah. That's a real deal Holyfield right there.
Yeah, so she's seen me before. It's hit before, and I end up under something.
Yeah.
I don't deal with it very well, but I'm good.
Whew. Well, I want to make sure and you check your pulse. If I see you holding like this and going like this, we'll make sure that
I'm good.
That's okay.
All right, what were you? Let's get that next subject. Go ahead.
Well, what I was talking about, I think, is the fact that the investigative aspect of MMIW across this country, whether it's money or lack of money or whatever, I'm tired of depending upon the state and federal government to make decisions about our sovereignty. I'm tired of sitting there waiting for them. No, you can punish capital crimes on the reservation now. It's like, bro, all the time. Oh, the tribal police can't do this or can't do that. It's like, why not? If my thing is, if you're a sovereign nation, bro, and this is just me talking. Nope, I'm not speaking for anybody else. I'm just saying me. You commit a murder or you hurt one of our tribal people on the reservation. I don't care if there's a law against arresting those people for that, whether the Federal Bureau of Investigation is in charge of those capital crimes. I think the tribe should be fully vested in protecting the people, even if that means they're going against those so-called laws preventing them.
And the reason this is happening is because tribes refuse to work together as one. If we're a sovereign nation, why don't we, as a sovereign nation, have a world? What is it? The United Nations. Why don't we have a United Nations of Indigenous people?
That's right.
Yeah. Why don't we have? Could you imagine if we work together as tribal nations? What we could accomplish, but we don't. We are so worried that the government's going to take the little bit of funding that gives to us away. That think about why do you think tribes fight so hard against other tribes that get federal recognition sometimes?
Right.
Why do you think disenrollment happens? Why do you think the loss of tribal lands happen? Because tribes, could you imagine if a tribe here's an example, the Salagi Nation up in North Carolina had a horrible storm and they got beaten and battered. How many tribes came to their rescue? How many tribes said, we're going to send busloads of people over there to help dig y'all out? How many tribes said, we're going to help send funding to help this tribe out? When the Lakota Nation, we know the Lakota Nation lives on one of the poorest reservations in the country, right? If not all these tribes out here making these millions of dollars, you're telling me we couldn't pull together to help out the Lakota Nation?
A couple $1 million at least in assistance funds. All of those things are a write-off too. If you donate money like that to other communities, that's a complete write-off, bro.
Exactly. So that's what it is we are still mindset stuck in the 1600s, but so colonized to the way we lived our lives of taking care of one another.
Right.
So if we don't come together and make a United Nations and go, listen, we're United Nations. We're going to work together to take care of each other. Because this is what my prediction is. I think it's a minute in I'm going off of what past comments said, especially in this administration era, the first administration, when they were in there the first time before now.
Yeah.
Trump himself felt that Native people should not have any special privileges, that they were just another race of people here, and that reservations should go away. and with everything that goes with the reservation.
Yeah.
They have been trying to take our sovereignty from day one. And if we think we can fight the government one tribe at a time, we are way more delusional than we ever thought.
Yeah.
And look at Standing Rock. When Standing Rock happened, there were tribes that didn't encourage their members to go. Tribal leadership at Standing Rock. When Standing Rock happened, every tribal chief should have been present.
That's right.
Every one of them. 540 some state, federal recognized tribes. Every single tribal chief should have been present.
That's right. And that, when I was over there, like I said, I was over there for a 4-day period. I felt the exact same way that I did at every single protest rally, protection measure, event. You know what I'm saying? Just people coming together in any way, shape, and form. One of the things that I did see there was how quick people were willing to bring resources from all over the place.
Yeah.
People that weren't indigenous and showing in a show of solidarity. That was really nice to see. And I think a lot of people want to do that, but this game that they play, the psychological manipulation of people and their strengths and coming together and making strong choices as a community together and all this other stuff, they're really good at manipulating people out of doing those things.
You know what? There's a point we have to take accountability for our own actions.
Yeah.
We are so easy to blame the white man. But no accountability. There's no accountability. I'm the first one to say it. No accountability. We're so quick to blame the white man. Oh, you know why I'm broke? It's because the white man put my family on a reservation and I couldn't find out. Listen, that shit's real, and I get that. But at the same time, we have to start taking care of one another. No woman should be missing off a reservation. No child should be abducted.
I think it's purposeful. I mean, to be honest with you, I mean, it is. It's not, I know it is.
Yeah.
That's the only way that it can be explained in a way that makes any sense.
All right. I want to read some comments because we don't have our Facebook page for B&B being live. Right. So here's our comments I've gotten so far. So my amazing wife commented here that says, the only issue she had with Buffy St. Marie was that she was adopted on false pretenses.
Mm-hmm.
Brian wants to write a book on how to be bullied by a Native woman. Well, welcome to the club. Welcome to the club, Brian. Brian, that's my man right there. William Mosley, my brother, Lenape Nation, was talking about how an elder got scolded over something, and then people were educated later on. That messed up. William is absolutely right. My brother William said also, tribes are like crabs in a bucket. You absolutely right, man. You know how many times I've seen natives start to do good stuff and look at the comments and other natives taking jabs.
Right.
I mean, we have a whole group of people out there looking for half-breed natives. I mean, there's a whole group that's out there calling half-breed natives fakes and generics and pretendians.
Yeah. Genericies, is that what
you know what I mean?
Was?
You know, you got people you got natives that are like, I don't think I have enough blood quantum to be out there, even though I'm on the rolls and I don't want to be attacked. You know, that's where we're living right now. That's what we're living. We've come to a point where we're making our own people uncomfortable in places they belong.
Yeah.
You know, there's very few of us that are full bloods anymore. A lot of us, if not 85 to 90% of us are mixed with something else. And a lot of it's not indigenous.
Right.
I always said indigenism goes way thicker, goes way deeper than blood. I'm going to use an example. My man Brian on here is married to a Comanche woman. Brian is from the mountains of Caucasus.
Yeah.
but I would take him into battle with me before I would take a lot of full bloods.
Me too, Brian. Me too.
I would rather have him have my back. I would rather gift him eagle feathers than a lot of natives I know that begs for them.
Well, and
Because
not only that, but
the way he lives
earned.
his
It's
life,
earned.
the way he lives his life is indigenous through and through. The way he speaks to people, the way he sticks to the teachings of his wife and his wife's people shows so much respect and love for her nation and the respect he has for him. That dude, I don't know, that dude can walk anywhere he wants within the Comanche Nation, and there's people there that will take care of him just because of the way he lives his life. And that's an example of what I'm talking about. I know natives out here trying to call pretendians, calling people up to talk about pretendians and don't know any tribal language, any tribal history, don't vote, don't protest, but want to talk shit.
Well, and you know, and I'm not trying to, you know, toot the horn around for other people but what I see is the consideration. Some people don't even have their indigenous identity because they never had it. So when they come back around, they're like a kid again. You know what I'm saying? That's usually what it is. It's the same thing that happens with people that are released from prison after they get out of the penitentiary. They're about the same age as they were when they went in emotionally. And that's because they've been cut off from the source. The same way that our people have been cut off from the source. So a lot of people that have been cut off, when they come back, they're just like, I don't know anything, and I would really want to know, and you know, blah blah blah. It's like, no, that's an important part of it, but it's how they're being taught, who their teachers are. You know, are they learning real?
There's a great proverb. It was a prediction from a great native chief. He said this, and I quote: "One day the white man will adopt the native ways, and he will turn his back on his own people because the native ways are what he identifies in his heart."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that was like what, 1600s? That came from the 1600s, and he was talking about how the white man will abandon his way of thinking to adopt the native ways. Dude, I know a lot of non-indigenous people that are much better natives than a lot of natives I know.
I'm not trying to be rude. Here's the thing that I'm going to focus on. I'm going to focus on this, and this is, I'm going to shift a gear a little bit, and I'm not sure if you've experienced this. I'm sure you probably have in one form or the other, like I've experienced in a lot of ways, and it's lateral violence. In the indigenous community, for whatever reason, lateral violence seems to be so thick, bro. Not that it doesn't happen in other non-indigenous communities, because it does.
We're not talking about them. We're talking about us.
Well, no. I get that. But what I'm saying is for to understand it better, like, why do we pick each other apart rather than build each other up? What is it about sharing success that's so difficult for indigenous people to understand, bro?
Because sharing grief is more comforting.
Yeah.
If I look at you and go, I just want $1 million, you'll go, congratulations, man, that's good for you.
How's that feel to want?
But if I tell you I got my heart broken by a woman, you can sympathize, makes you feel better about your loss of your woman. We can be in misery together. Wouldn't it be beautiful if a native guy goes, hey, I'm opening up a business, and every native person goes, hell yeah, we're going to start sending money to that business, or we're going to post your stuff all. That's what I try to do on my page. When I see native people do good, I try my best to boost them.
Yeah.
You know, I want to see our people succeed, because if they succeed, my kids see them succeed. Our kids are watching all this. They're going to follow what that works. They're going to follow the path that works. So if we celebrate our indigenous people succeeding, our kids are going to want to follow in those footsteps. And that's what I want. You know, I want to see, if my daughter wants to be a cook, I want to show her an indigenous chef that's made it.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the way I think, though.
There's a couple of chefs that are actually getting a couple $1 million a year business going on for themselves because of their native restaurants. Like, I'm excited about it. Like, look, I understand there's a traditional aspect and we're not about money, but we're in the 21st century right at this moment. And we are not living in our traditional homes like we were. Doesn't mean we can't, doesn't mean we wouldn't if that was what we had. I'm saying for right now, we are in the 21st century. This is the thing about the 21st century that people need to come into the 21st century as Indigenous people. Look, and until we are back in that way of living where we are on the earth living the way that our ancestors did, if that becomes reality again, which it very easily could, but by any number of situations happening from war to an asteroid coming into the earth, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm saying to me is that it's really important for us to be able to recognize that we're carrying trauma, first of all, which might
Yeah.
be a huge preventative on that, but
Yep.
also to be able to recognize, oh, that trauma doesn't need to be what defines me in this situation. I don't need to be, I don't need to hear people tell me what I'm going through. I already know what I'm going through. I already know what our Indigenous communities are going through. A lot of the things that we're dealing with, the trauma, the violence, the hate, the lying, the infighting, all of those things like that are from a colonial mindset permeating onto our people. We've always been, like my cousin says, we've always been prideful as indigenous nations. No doubt about it. That's why you see me out there putting on the moves when I'm dancing on the floor, or any other powwow dancers, you know.
But I don't see that as pride. Our people
Well, not necessarily
used to
pride.
go into combat, and you couldn't show fear. You had to show your bravery through it, right? And I think when you're out there and you're dancing like you do, I think that's your way of going. Hey,
That's right. Here
I'm
I
ready to
am,
fight. Let's
creator.
go.
Yeah.
Watch this, dude. And we don't have combat the way we used to have combat. Now
No.
our combat takes place inside of the circle. And I
Yeah.
think, we no longer do coming of age ceremonies for as many as we should. I keep saying we. I'm not blanketing statement. I know there are tribes that are to still do some of these things. I am talking
Hmm.
about the majority. We got away from the coming of age ceremonies for our men and women.
Yeah.
Giving them something to look forward to, something them to graduate to tribally. I love going out to when I went out to New Mexico, there was a young girl coming of age. I got invited. I was honored to be a part of someone of this young girl's. And I was like, man, and you could look at her face. If you see that look, her pride, and her mother was crying, and her father had tears in his eyes. Oh my God,
Yeah.
dude. You want to talk about emotional states? Because I'm like, all of our kids should have that benefit of being able to go, having a coming of age ceremony, of going, you know what? This, now you've transitioned in this position, and this is what this position is going to demand of you.
Yeah.
And this is what your people expect from you. These type of things need to make a comeback because our example, go to powwow, you see 4-year-olds with full eagle bustles, 7-year-olds with full eagle bustles, and
some
people
some
like,
some people they don't look down on that in some tribes and some families. I totally understand where you're coming from, especially
you know,
because of the old ways, but they don't do that no more for whatever
no,
reason.
I have my son in there and I love him dearly. He's my little man.
Mhm.
He'll never have an eagle feather until it's time for it, until he understands and he's honored with them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I don't want him to grow up thinking, hey, I just asked somebody for an eagle feather. Or, oh, eagle feathers are just feathers. I want him to get his first eagle feather like I did and cry. I want my son to receive his first eagle feather and break down because he's realized he's done something so special that someone's honored him with those feathers. That's what I want. I
Yeah.
don't want it to be easy for my son. I don't want to be easy for my kids. None of my girls had eagle fans, and I got plenty to make. I can make them easily. But my daughters don't have eagle fans because they're not ready. They're mentally ready to handle that responsibility behind those eagle feathers. But
Right.
I'm gonna have people go, well, times change and we need to be loosen up. I've gotten it before when I've made these statements. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I hit dog hollers.
uh, the comments coming in left and right. Hey. or is there did your
Oh, I just
pizza
got
roll it?
some. Here we go. This just came across my desk. Someone sent me this. I guess they want me to read this out. So from distance from indigenous.tv, Chief Chuck
Mhm.
Hoskins issued a statement congratulating the Cherokee Nation citizen Mark Wayne Mullins on his appointment as the U.S. Secretary of Homeland Security, calling it historic. It is deeply encouraging to have someone with the keen understandings of federal Indian policies, laws, and justice elevated in such a critical leadership role. Now, if you follow this guy at all in the past, let me just keep reading. Hold up. I'm trying to
So,
be smart. Mullins will be the first Native American to lead the Department of Homeland Security and the first Native American cabinet secretary since Deb Haaland, which was a real leader, led the Department of Interior in 2021. The
mhm.
appointment is drawing mixed reactions across Indian countries as Mullins prepares to lead the department responsible for the U.S. immigration enforcement and border security. Now, I want to hear from my people out there. How do you feel about this? All my people, give me some comments. How do you feel about this? We ask you please use kind language in the comments. We do have elders that
Don't
read these
be
comments.
don't be like me. I got scolded yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, because I used the
I've
C word like on demand, like, and it's only because I'm trying.
I've done it. My grandmother got me. I did it. She
Really?
goes, I finally got to see one of your videos and hear you up there cursing like that. And you know we got children that follow you. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry, Grandma. I
Mhm.
apologize.
It starts doing
Uh,
this, Pat.
Listen, my grandma may be small, but those
Yeah, that
hands,
don't mean nothing. Yeah.
but there ain't nothing wrong with these. She'll give them to you. She'll give them to you.
Hmm. That's good.
But yeah, man, I I mixed reaction. I don't have any mixed feelings about this. I think it's funny that they hired a native person, so-called native person,
Yeah.
to lead ICE. Now he took the
So,
job. Now he's the head leader of ICE. You know what I
he-
mean?
so this is the legitimacy campaign here. This is, I don't know. To me, it's like, yeah, bro. Like, that's all I'm gonna say. Yuck. You know what I mean?
Uh,
That's all I'm gonna say is yuck.
I
Like,
got
I
good. I
feel
got
like
good people
we're
out there that
covered.
Salagi that does. I got good Salagi friends that would do not agree with this, and
Yeah.
they culture. They're part of their communities, and they are like up in the roar right now about this.
It's who we can trust and who we can't trust. That person on January 6th, that conversation of them when they stormed the Capitol or whatever, and people lost their lives, the police officers got hurt in the crossfire and the melee. There was a whole bunch of stuff that happened on that day that some people were okay with and other people just weren't. To me, I'm of the mind that why is it that we have this duality? Why is it that they can never seem to come to an understanding, at least on the surface? Behind closed doors, they're all the same. They're all about the money. But out in the general public, they're pandering to their bases. Like, I'm so tired of the back and forth. Can't you guys come up with a solution
You
together?
dude, try being a veteran, and they use us only during election time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what's funny is one party's like, "Oh, we love our veterans." U.S. Marine decided to use his First Amendment and speak up during protests. They broke his arm yesterday in
Yeah,
full
that
in full uniform. Broke
pissed
his
me
arm
off, bro. And it
using
was a
his First
senator that did
Amendment.
it to him.
Yeah.
It was a senator that broke his
All
arm.
my uncle told me something. I said, "Why can't I trust all natives?" I said, "Can I trust my own people?" He goes, "Son, Custer had native scouts." And it took me some years to realize what he's talking about. He says, "Remember,
Mhm.
just because they brown don't mean they mentally indigenous."
That's right.
And I was like, I had to come to that understanding. It's not all brown folk is not. How does my wife use it? Not all skin folk is kin folk.
That's right. That's right. I want to take a moment real quick since we've got it up on the corner bug there to let everybody know about the Suicide Prevention Lifeline, the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline, 1-800-273-TALK or 1-800-273-8255. It's imperative that you understand this, have this number, on speed dial. If you are dealing with any emotional upheaval, any mental challenges in your life, I want you to know that there's help out there for you. All of our
Absolutely.
Indigenous people in the communities that are going through it out there on the reserves and the reservations throughout North America, I'm here. If you don't want to call the suicide prevention hotline, whatever the lifeline, I want you to call me. Call Pat. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
We will field your calls.
listen, don't no. Let's reverse that.
No,
Listen,
no.
I did that a while back when we did that when we first had the show. I put my number on here for people to call me.
Did
I
you?
was getting some, not suicide. I was getting some insane phone calls just out of nowhere, prank calls. Yeah. The people that know me know they can call me.
My apologies. I shouldn't be putting you on blast like
Yeah.
that. That's my own thing. I'm just saying, if you're in my circle, let me make it a little bit more clear and accurate communication. Okay, I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
No, but for real, like if you're my people, I want you to know that I'm always here. But I think it's imperative that we talk to our community members, and that there is help for our people out there. It might not seem like it sometimes, but
Therapy
there
is
is.
not a bad word, y'all. I don't know why we have this in the Native community. We still have this stigma around therapy, especially our men. Listen,
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of bad stuff in my life. I'm part of a lot of bad stuff in my life. Therapy saved my life. You know what I mean? Therapy is
Yeah.
a beautiful thing if you put the work in. If you go to therapy and you put the work in, you will blow your own mind out on the type of changes, positive changes you can make in your life.
Absolutely. And that's the thing about it is that we have to be able to, first of all, understand and recognize what's going on within us. I've had a struggle with that in my own life where, I'm just so overwhelmed. That's why I made it to a point that I'm going to get myself healthy. That's why I said I'm going to lose this extra person that I'm carrying around with me all the damn time, bro. It
I'm only
does. It
la-
really affects me mentally.
I'm only laughing because I can feel my jelly myself. Every time I move, I can feel my own jelly. Why do you think my
Do the
camera is so?
truffle,
Why do
do
you
the
think my
truffle
camera is
shuffle
so
chuck.
high? Yep. Why do you think my camera is so high? Only thing you can see is
Mhm.
my Every Child Matters. Sorry, but I don't go
Right.
no lower.
I'm hiding my fry bread furnace too, bro. Don't feel alone.
Yeah. I'm over here yawning. I'm sorry yawning during. Ladies and gentlemen, I have a 14-month-old son.
Hmm.
I've got energy like nobody's business. By 9 o'clock, I'm ready. By 8:30, I'm ready to climb into bed.
Yeah.
And it's already 9:30, so I'm
Does
already
he sleep
hour
between? Does
past.
he sleep between you guys too, or does he sleep in his bassinet?
Staquia's been sleeping by himself since he was 4 months old, and
Oh,
he
okay.
sleeps all through the night.
Yeah,
He
that's
sleeps.
good.
He sleeps the whole night. He doesn't want you to bother him when he's sleeping. He's a hard sleeper too. So he's
That's
like,
good.
he doesn't want to overheat. He lays in his crib, he goes into the fetal position, face flat, and just passes out. And he sleeps hard. Now, I
Gotta
can't
have
sleep
you
in
on.
the
She
I
stayed
can't
right
sleep in the
between
bed.
us, bro.
I couldn't. My nerves are too bad. We
Yeah, I
tried
bet.
it. We tried it a couple times, and Ashley can sleep with him no problem. For
Yeah,
me, my nerves are like, am I going to roll over on him? Am I going to smother him with the blankets? No, my nerves are too bad for it.
yeah. Well, I'm glad everybody's tuning into the B&B Indigenous Podcast tonight. Again, I'm Rockin' Ron B. This is my homeboy, my brother from another mother, Patrick Little Wolf Brooks, joining you guys here across Turtle Island, all the way from Virginia, all the way out here to the West Coast, also known as the state of Oregon in modern times.
I'm ready to start moving south, brother.
Is it warming up over there?
Today was the warmest day all winter. We had 73 degrees. We call this well, of course, here on the East Coast, I don't know what they call it out west, but we call it a false spring. We're having a false
Yeah.
spring. So we went from 55 to 65. Today was 73. Tomorrow's supposed to be 79. Monday's 80. and then Tuesday drops down to 32.
Yeah, that's like Denver, Colorado. We call it bipolar Colorado.
Oh yeah,
The
we
weather's
call it a fall spring. It kind of gets you excited about spring because it used to be like, be careful when you plant your crops because if you plant them during the fall spring, the next cold day is normally a frost. Everything you
Mhm.
plant will die.
Right. Well, if the seeds haven't snapped up and popped out of their little shell yet, then they
Yeah.
should be okay. But yeah, you're right. Be careful if you're planting crops. If you guys are growing anything for me, corn, rutabagas, you're saying beans and squash too, you know what I mean? Make sure you guys get them in at the right time. When I went to Canada, dude, like I was saying, all my tomatoes, and I apparently there was like over 100 tomatoes on that one tomato plant, and I grew it from a baby, and it was humongous, man. It was like 5.5 feet tall. I was proud of that, even though I didn't get the chance to eat them. The squirrels ate them anyway, so I feel better. You know,
Hey, nature always reclaims.
that's right. Well, hey, man, I know we could sit on here and chew the fat all night, and I know you've got stuff going on. I know you're feeling it. I'm feeling it too. It's been a long day today,
Yeah,
but
we're getting ready for Staquia's giveaway. We're at the powwow, and we've just been making stuff and making. I got right next. I got bands of ribbon I've been wrapping. We're just got through doing the drum baskets to gift our drums and our MC, our arena director. My wife is making shirts and skirts. I'm making turkey feather clusters. I we've just been hacking away for his giveaway here coming up at the end of the month.
dude, you told me about your bro or your friend. I'm not sure if you're friends or not, but the guy that sells the Royal Palm Tom turkey feathers and all
Tom
the.
Porter.
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and figure out a way to at least get a couple. I'm getting free sets no matter what, even if I have to pay a little bit more than I know that I should. But I get it. That sometimes when
Well,
they're in season, they're in season.
Tom Porter ain't a dude you're buying off Facebook. A guy that shot a turkey and took off the feathers. Tom Porter raises because you can't get hair because heritage turkeys aren't natural to the wild, so they're
Sure.
specially bred. He's got acres of land that he breeds these different heritage turkeys, and when you
Yeah.
do order from him, those feathers are disinfected. They freeze them first to make sure there's no mites on them. They wash them, they clean them. Then you get a great quality group of feathers when you order from there.
I'm just fantasizing about having a set of bustles that are black and whites, not golden eagle black and whites. Okay, Royal Palm Top turkey black and whites.
Oh yeah, well, hey guys, if you out there and you're needing turkey feathers with heritage turkey feathers, the place we're talking about is called Tom Porter's Heritage Turkeys online,
Yeah.
and he specializes in every color of turkey. And if you use turkey feathers, because I know a lot of people use these turkey feathers as trainer feathers for their kids, for fans and stuff, and they have feathers. They breed turkeys that look exactly like immature baldies. That's those speckle feathers. They got feathers that are beautiful white with a white band across it. But the quality, they're quality feathers you get from them.
The synthetic dyes. Some people don't know anything about that crap. And your
Yeah.
homeboy, you were saying Ross. You'll say the name again.
Ross Sutton's amazing. So
Sutton.
is Curtis Wright. Dude, he does.
Oh, Curtis.
He's amazing. Curtis does amazing feather work. He does custom dye feathers for people that are flying. If you don't want to, like for me, I get nervous flying overseas with my feathers, going through customs. I don't like people handling my stuff. So I get a whole set of these imitations. They're gorgeous and they can get wet. They don't run. They don't bend. You can flex them. You can move them. The dyes are permanent. And they're just beautiful. They look so good that you can barely tell it's not real. You really can't. And it's great to fly with. It's good to give your kids. If you have a little girl that always wanted an eagle upright and you're like, she's not ready for an eagle upright, you can get an eagle upright from him. The dyed feathers, and they're amazing. They're gorgeous. The quality is just, a matter of fact, I think I have two. He gifted me
Yeah.
two for my daughters. He gifted me two golden eagle center feathers he made. He did two golden eagle center feathers. And when I say they look like the real deal Holyfield, I had somebody walk up to me and go, "Hey, I can't believe you let your daughters dance with a feather like that." And I was like, "Well, it's turkey." She goes, "What do you mean it's turkey?" I said, "That's a turkey feather that was professionally dyed and made that way." She goes, "Oh my God, I never knew that." They're perfect. Next week when we come back on, I'll make sure I'll have them to show to give you an example of how they look.
If you guys want to give me some for my birthday, my birthday's not till October 20th, but I'm willing to take early birthday presents. If you guys buy me feathers, I'm not going to be mad. No, my bro, he said he ordered some eagle feathers, some replica eagle feathers, and they looked super nice on screen. Of course, there's your little powwow outfit idea. But these feathers came, they look legit when you're looking at them from far away, but they're on coat hangers, like wire coat hangers. Like, I'm like, yo, he says, I think I'm going to reinforce them and make a drop bustle for a little guy or something. Like, yeah, that'd be cool, man. Anyway, don't fake the funk and don't believe the hype.
I'll have those feathers. I'll show you those feathers next week when we come back on, because I think there's a lot of people out there that are maybe state recognized and they can't have eagle feathers, and they still want to rock feathers, but they don't want to worry about fish and wildlife. It's a great avenue to go through. It really is. I had somebody say something about, "Oh man, you can be rocking fake eagle feathers," when he's rocking a synthetic roach.
Like, how many porcupines and eagles have to die for us to be able to celebrate?
I find, the way things are going, it's just, I just find it funny. The hypocrisy is just,
it's bonkers.
Yes.
Well, I'm glad we got a chance to sit here and tune in and hang out today. We like you said, I know I've been going through it. I'm really literally just coming up on finals here in another week. I've got one more assignment in my geology class that I got finished. All my grades are doing pretty good. Plus, I got to register for one more class. I'm going to take 4 classes and I'm going to get through it, and then by this spring I'll be graduating and on to University of Oregon. So I'm excited about that.
Hey, dude, you graduate, I'm coming.
Gotcha.
You graduate. You graduate. We'll fly in. We'll be there to represent. I'll come fully decked out, dude. I'll be the loudest guy out there. Celebrate my brother getting his diploma.
Hell yeah,
celebrating. I'm sorry, celebrating getting your degree, not your diploma, but your degree. I'll be there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm going to call it a degree diploma.
A degree diploma. All right, man. Love you guys. As always, I'm your Indigenous brother from another mother, Patchett Little Brooks, and my brother Ron Belgard over here, always representing out there. We want to say thank you for tuning in again this week. Please send us messages if you have a topic you want us to talk about. If you want to join us, so we can actually bring you on here, video call through this, and you can come here and join and talk with us, and we can have a conversation. If there's important subjects, if something's going on in your tribal neighborhood, not just the bad, y'all, but the good. We want to celebrate those kids graduating. We want to celebrate moms giving birth to these new babies. We want to celebrate sobriety. We have soldiers out there that's been working their ass off to stay sober. That's right. We want to celebrate you. We want to give you a shout out. We want to show you some love, because being sober is not easy. It's not everybody can do it. And you've chosen to take that path. We want to celebrate you. We want to love you. If you're a mom out there and you're doing something great and your kids are doing great, let us know. Let us show them some love out here.
You got some Tiny Top videos you guys want to share with the world? We ain't got no problem sharing the Tiny Top videos. We got our own. Tiny Top.
Man, that's the future. Let's do it. We love you guys as always. And if we can get better and you have a suggestion of how we can be better, because we are here for you. We want to entertain you. We want to bring these subjects out. We want to talk about these subjects. But we need viewers. We need to keep you guys coming on. Come over to our Facebook page, the B&B Indigenous Podcast. Like and subscribe. That way you get instant notifications. You know exactly when we're coming on. you're able to comment over there and everyone can see the comments. When you comment on our personal Facebook pages, when we launch it, we cannot see the comments. So, but if you come over to our B&B Indigenous podcast and watch it from there, you can actually comment, you can like and subscribe, and that's what we need. We want to keep this going on, but we are so humbled and honored that you guys are coming back and being with us and sharing this time with us, because that means a lot. And I'm
hoping to get my brother. Hey, man, and I appreciate you too, dude. I wanted to let you guys know I'm hoping to get Mark Yappy. You guys are aware of the native comic Mark Yappy?
Yeah,
get him to come on. He's doing the cruise ship tours and doing some shows down in Cali and whatnot. Like, well, he's been all over the world. He's funnier than hell, man. He shoot boogers out of your nose funny. You know what I mean?
I'm trying to get I want to get John Proudstar back on again, because he's been doing a ton, man. Just good stuff. I don't know if anybody knows that he had a little buddy that he was that was in a hospital. He was going to see and taking comic books to and stuff. And unfortunately, a little man crossed over. I knew that just ripped out John's heart. But he has some good stuff going on. He's got movies he's going to be working in soon. His comic book's doing fantastic. But I want to bring him back on and let's discuss some of what he's going through. And if you don't know who John Proudstar is, he was the father of Billy Jack on Reservation Dogs.
That's right. And he did a really good job playing that character. He's been in film for how long? He said like 30-something, 35, 40 years almost.
Yeah, he's been in film for a long time, man. Unfortunately, there's a lot of backup roles because they haven't really discovered what a great talent. I think Reservation Dogs really highlighted how talented he is. I do see a lot of speaking and major roles in his future. He keeps going the way he's going. He's a great representation of Indigenous people through and through. Outside, they say never meet your heroes, don't meet these movie stars. Well, John kind of like, it's completely different with him, man. He's just a good person through and through, behind the screen as well.
Level-headed.
Absolutely.
Right. Dude, and that's what I was watching something, Michael Moore talking about his acting prowess, right? You know Michael Moore. Everybody knows who Michael Moore is. Well, at least the older crowd anyway. But he was talking about how characters are either taken seriously on film or they're thought of as kind of the quirky backstory joking around kind of personality on the film, right?
Right.
He said, and those guys are usually blinking all over the place and talking like this, all animated. He says, but you see the characters, the serious ones like that. He says, instead of blinking, he says they don't blink at all. Next thing you know, they're staring at you like this.
You got to forgive me. I'm a football fan, and right now we're in the middle of signing free agents. Right now, free agency's open, and we have the draft coming up next. We have the
NFL draft.
Yes, so I pay attention, and baseball season baseball season's coming in. I'm a big Baltimore Oriole fan, and spring games are happening, so I'm always all over the place.
How about them Seahawks?
Listen, I got a lot of people that live out there. You ain't about to get me stabbed. I ain't saying nothing. You hear me? I got good people that go out and visit out there.
We watched Baltimore kick some butt and make it to the Super Bowl and win the Super Bowl. That was cool. Hey, I'm always good. This is the thing I've learned. Even though I'm about my teams for the rest of my life, I'm always going to love my teams. It's just all there is to it. That's just how it is. But that doesn't mean I can't enjoy the other athletes on the field, bro. There's some awesome athletes. George Kittle. I hate the 49ers, bro. I hate the 49ers. No disrespect to all my 49 fan lovers out there. Well, I don't know why you are, but whatever. But George Kittle's awesome, dude. Yeah. Did she make porridge? What are we having?
I'm hungry. I was giving sign language. I was like, listen, I'm on air, yes.
I know. Yeah, hold on. Muck.
Listen, DoorDash is going to be the death of me.
What? No. Yeah. Oh God, DoorDash. And I got the Dash Pass. Are you a Dash Passer?
Oh yes.
We're going to start getting some money from DoorDash. If we start advertising for DoorDash for all the native restaurants out there that DoorDash does business with in Indian country, start getting some coupons. You know what I'm saying? And advertising maybe DoorDash and give us a little bit of bonus check. You know what I mean?
You mind if I do a little shameless plug?
Please, I'm waiting right now.
So not only am I the co-host of the B&B Indigenous Podcast and an educator
Mm-hmm.
and a dancer, last
That's
year
right.
we started our own fry bread business, food business, indigenous food business that travels. So if you are having an event and you are looking for food vendor, uh, reach out. We have a Facebook page called Five Feathers Fry Bread. We travel all over the place. We don't just cook fry bread, just let you know. We cook everything from, we do deep fried pickles, everything that's not good for you. I think the only thing we serve really good is we do Three Sister soup, a traditional Three Sister soup. And we do, well, that's not really good for you neither. I was about to say we do deep fried salmon nuggets. I take fresh salmon and I do nuggets and deep fried salmon. They are amazing. And we do our home, all of our sauces are made in house. Everything that we do is made in house. So if you're looking for a fry bread stand that just cooks not just fry bread, but venison chili and buffalo chili, reach out.
I was going to say venison buffalo. Where did you get this?
I'm
So
tired.
hey, I'm a canned salmon guy, bro. 2 cans of salmon, 2 eggs, mash them up real good. You know what I mean? You can put your veggies in there if you're an onion person or scallions or whatever. But I put a lot of breadcrumbs and then I mix it up real good. And then I make the patties and then I make
Yeah.
salmon.
Dude, I'm
slams.
from the East Coast, bro. We are water people over here. Everything that comes from the sea
know.
is edible. We love clams. I have a buddy. I have a South Dakota buddy out there. South Dakota. He's like, dude, I ain't eating nothing from them waters. And if it's swimming, we don't eat it. We ain't got that stuff out here. But me, we eat crabs, everything. I'm a seafood fanatic.
Hey, Lakotas, Dakotas, and Nakotas eat whitefish, so don't let
They
them
do
lie
eat
to you
whitefish.
that
Yeah.
much. This is a
Well,
true story.
Well, he tried to come out here on my birthday, and he's like, "What are we eating?" I was like, "I'm getting a bushel of crabs. I'm from Baltimore." He goes, "I'm not eating those." What do you call them? He called them sea roaches. He called my crabs sea roaches.
You can't have any of these sea roaches. I don't want you to get sick.
That's it. That's it. All right, man.
Thanks, Peter Griffin.
I think That's gonna do it for me tonight.
It is. It is. Hey, we're going to be back again next Friday. We decided to come on early. We've been busy with schedules. Like I said, I'm doing the school thing. He's doing the family thing, the parenting thing, all of it. And this is time and dedication. We get on here when we feel good, even if we're damn tired right now. And he keeps yawning and he's making me yawn.
I'm
going to have to
sorry.
go up for another 5-mile run today, or walk, not run. I ran the last half a lap. Okay.
Right. Oh, and I'm 2 weeks off coffee.
Yeah. I want to say,
2 weeks sober from coffee for 2 weeks. Did not realize I had such an addiction to caffeine. I really didn't. Dude, I was three days in it. I was not the person you wanted to be around. But that would be the one time you wouldn't want me to do the podcast. I was not. I was. Woo, God.
Hey, now I know why you're tired.
Yeah.
There's a certain chemical in your body. It's called lysine. And when you drink coffee, caffeine forces the lysine out of your system. It's in your brain. But once that chemical comes back, it makes you extremely tired. I was tired for over a month, bro.
I'm tired because I'm old and I've been up all day long. But I have found something to replace my caffeine with. Give me just a second. I'll let you go and carry on.
Red Bull?
No. I've had one energy drink in 2 weeks, which has been amazing for me.
That's good. He muted his microphone, so I'm going to talk while he's talking. I think they're going to do DoorDash. I think that's what's going to happen, and I'm getting jealous right now.
No, I discovered these teas. My wife got these teas for me, and they're called Louisiana teas. I asked her to come bring me some so I can show them to you. And they got like a ton of vitamin D and B12 in it. And I've replaced my coffee. Like I don't have to do it all. I drink a half a glass, and I'm good for the day. I don't have the jitters. Feel good. I feel like I can slow down when I need to. And it was a great replacement to get off the coffee.
Yeah. Well, that's really good. And I say this to anybody. I've been dealing with high blood pressure. One of the reasons why I'm on this weight loss journey that I'm on, and I'm not going to give up on it. like is because I want to lower my blood pressure naturally. I don't want to deal with that anymore. Come on, you got to tell Ashley to hand model.
So
Mhm.
these came in.
Oh, yeah.
She got these from me, and they're called
Wow.
loaded Cajun teas.
Are
And
they caffeinated at all?
no,
No caffeine. No caffeine.
it's all B12 and vitamin D.
I've been back and forth on the mushroom coffee, that Rise mushroom coffee too.
I want to
I've
get
been-
that. I want to also try that. I want to. My brother James is on it, and he's been giving me updates on how it's making him feel. I definitely want to try the same thing. I'm trying to get healthier. I'm 44. I'll be 45 this year. I'm trying to turn this ship around. I'm trying to
I'm
turn
gonna
this
look
ship
like
around.
that artificially intelligent picture I posted of myself, looking like a super or a Sports Illustrated swimsuit model.
My wife called me and said, "Did you see that picture Ron posted?" I was like, yeah, I seen it. I seen it.
What? No.
All right. Let's say good night for the sixth time.
Yeah, let's do it. No more ADHD interruptions here. We'll be back with more B&B Indigenous Podcast coming up.
Absolutely, man.
Next couple days. We look forward to seeing you kids again. Hey, don't be having any fun without us, okay? I'm serious about that because I know
I gotta take
karate's
care.
fun.
Much love. Peace.
Oh, in a good way.
Thank you.